Welcome to Games with Trev. I'm Trev and this is Monique. Today we're going to be talking about the ultimate party game, Sushi Go Party. So stay tuned and see what we think about it.
For a long time, we have really liked Sushi Go, and we recently got Sushi Go Party, and it's really been an upgrade. But for those that don't know what Sushi Go is, it's a pick and pass card game. So you get a deck of cards, you pick one, and you pass it. And the deck stays the same in Sushi Go, but in Sushi Go Party, their cards are interchangeable. So you have different decks every time you play. And we really liked that because the new cards that they incorporate into Sushi Go Party really make the game super awesome.
Yeah, it really makes an upgrade because when you play regular Sushi Go, you can kind of get used to how the deck and the game is going to feel. But with Sushi Go Party, there's twists and turns and combos you could never dream of. And like we played so many different variabilities, so you don't have to. And so we can tell you what the best decks are. And so we're going to give you our best two from the actual booklet, the rule booklet, and we're also going to give you our master deck.
The best
deck one you could ever play with. Not actually, but maybe.
It is. Be confident.
Okay. I'm going to read it off here so I don't mess it up. But the first one we recommend is called Cutthroat Combo. This one is awesome. It is exactly what it sounds like. It is going to be a really for seasoned veterans of Sushi Go Party. Just because if you play with someone who doesn't know how to play the game, they're probably going to get left in the dust.
Or be really confused.
Yeah. Because, so obviously every deck starts out with Nigiri. Every single deck's going to have it. Standard for everything. The next thing is the Tamaki roll. This one you can get either 4 or -4 depending on how much you have. And this is where the Cutthroat starts. Cutthroat is all about negative points or no points. And it's awesome. The next one is Eel. The Eel is -3 or 7. Again.
This one's crazy.
Tofu is 2, 6, or 0. Miso Soup is 3 or 0. And the Spoon basically lets you look for a certain card. So when you're trying to get that eel, a second eel card so you don't get screwed over with that -3, you can find it. But sometimes it's not there and you get stuck with it. And then soy sauce. Soy sauce can either be 4 or
None.
0. And pudding is either 6 or -6. And like this deck, it sounds kind of repetitive and like every card kind of does the same, but that's what makes the intensity of it so much fun.
It makes it so difficult like higher player counts, because we played this at a high player count and it made it super difficult because not all the cards were out. And so if you didn't have a certain number of cards, you got negative points regardless. And I thought it was really fun to have a lower scoring game.
Yeah, it was true. Like you'd think you get a lot of points from it, but I don't think we cracked 40. So it's pretty fun, especially when you have really good players playing with it. You want to go over the next one?
Sure. So the next one is Dinner for Two. Obviously, we really like this one because we play a lot of 2-player games. But this one has a couple from the Cutthroat menu, but it also has some other different ones. The first one is going to be the Nigiri, again, the base of all the decks. Then it's going to be Uramaki, and I love this one.
This one's awesome.
Probably one of my favorites because it's a race to 10 like Uramaki rolls, and there's different number of rolls on each card, and it's scored immediately, which can really change up the game.
True.
And then the next one is Onigiri, and this one is scored by different shapes. So as many different shapes you have, that's how many points you get. And that one's super fun just because it's hard to get all the different shapes.
True. It's really hard to find them all.
Yeah, and even if they've
even if they're in the deck or not.
Yeah, it's hard. The other one is Tofu, which we know from the Cutthroat combo. And then Miso Soup, again from the Cutthroat combo. And then we have the menu.
This is the best card. Listen to me right now. Everyone come here. Listen, come close. This is the best card in the entire game. And if you don't understand that, you don't know how to play this game correctly. Because this one is what changes the game on all levels. This card's awesome. We're going to talk about this card more in detail in the podcast because I'm going to go off about it. But this card is incredible. And basically, it lets you take a card from the cards that aren't used and find the one you need basically every time, and it's
a game
awesome.
changer. It's so awesome. The next one is called Special Order, and remind me what this one does. It's
basically
honestly
a wild.
forgettable. It's like just in there. Like, it obviously we like this deck a lot, but I don't necessarily like Special Order. I don't know.
It just doesn't come up that much, and there's better cards to be used. I'd rather pick up any of the other cards on this deck than that one. That's like my last of the hand to pick out.
Yeah, same. And then fruit as the dessert, and these, I don't think you mentioned this, these are also scored differently. They're scored at the very end of the game, so you like acquire them as you go throughout the rounds. And this one's super fun because you have to get so many of a kind, and there's different kinds of fruit on each card.
True.
And so
Dinner for Two is really good, and it actually, like, when you play regular Sushi Go 2 players, it's like not very good.
Sushi Go Party.
But Sushi Go Party Dinner for Two, really good. It keeps the balance of back and forth going, and you were like excited to get your own hand back because you know what you have. It really teaches you like the memorization aspect of the game, which is huge to remember what's in each deck, and this helps you learn it. And
I think for like a new player, 2 players is a really good way to learn.
Yeah.
Because then you can move a little slower and you can score slower, and it just makes more sense for the person that's learning. And so I would definitely recommend playing it at 2 players for a new player. But if you have a big group, no one's played, like, you'll be fine. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's incredible. Now, for the all-time best Sushi Go Party deck ever to be created, I would say
It's pretty good.
we'll start off our list with Nigiri. Who
Of
saw that one coming? The next one is Urimaki Roll. This one is incredible.
I think this one might be my favorite.
No way. No,
I think I like it more than the menu.
What?
Because
No.
it's just so good. You just get the race, and if you get there, you get it. And if you don't get there, you can probably be second and still score a lot of points.
That's true. That is true. This one's really good at high player counts because of that race aspect. Because without like the high player counts, I feel like sometimes it's like, oh, I got it, and I didn't mean to.
True.
But when you're at 5 players and all 5 of you are going for it, that's some good stuff.
It's so true.
The next one is Wasabi. This is from the original game, and it is what makes the Nigiri rolls worth it.
So true.
Because in any other of these decks, the Nigiri rolls are just kind of, oh, I guess I could grab a 2
it's like
points.
2 points. A 3.1, yeah, that one makes a little bit more sense, but
But you're not working really towards anything. But with the Wasabi, where you can dip it in there and get triple, that's a good card. That's incredible. That's some good stuff.
It's so true.
And of course, who's not surprised? The next special is, of course, the menu, the best card. Okay, then for our first appetizer, we have tofu. This card is awesome. This one comes in both the cutthroat and the Dinner for Two menus, and I love it so much because if you get 1, you get 2 points. If you get 2, you get 6 points. But if you get 3, 0 points.
You always get stuck with the tofu at the very end.
Yeah, you're going to get stuck with it, and it's hilarious.
Because you're like, oh, I'm so ahead.
And then you get screwed, and it's awesome. The next one, here, do you want to do the last half of the list?
It's onigiri. This is the one where you have to get the unique shapes. I feel like this one's a really good, like, it just kind of
It's a really good base. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
It just
it's a good
gives,
base.
like, our ultimate deck.
Stability almost.
Yeah, like a stability. And then we have miso soup. This one's
So
the one
good.
that's scored. Like, so if 2 people play miso soup in the same round, neither of them gets a point. Only one person can play it at once. And I think it's awesome because it's just like that cutthroat aspect of like, am I going to get it? Is just really good with that card.
And for dessert, we have pudding. I personally think that the fruit is a better dessert, but with the mix of cards we have, I think pudding fits better.
Yeah. If I had to choose a fruit, it would be definitely, or a dessert, it would be fruit.
Yeah.
But the pudding, I agree.
Yeah, the pudding just fits better with how we have the deck set out. And we think it just makes it more rounded. Because the fruit, you can get so many points randomly. And so, like, with this deck being kind of competitive deck, we wanted to dial that down a little bit.
But this is our ultimate deck. Our ultimate Sushi Go Party game.
If you have Sushi Go play this deck. Tell us how it is.
It's
tell
good.
Tell if it's actually good or if we're dumb. And what's your ultimate deck? And if you don't have Sushi Go Party, treat yourself. It's
really cheap, actually. I
like
thought
$25, I think.
And the components in the game are like really nice. There
Yeah.
comes a board that's like double decker, and there's like nice cardboard cards that you can fit into the menu.
Mm-hmm.
The cards are super cute. There's those little soy sauce like.
Super cute, but kind of just fall over. But it's okay.
I think it's partly because the board though, because it's like.
Yeah, it's like angled a little bit. Yeah.
But
the
go
game is
buy it.
incredible. Go look for it. And lastly, we just have one thing left to say. Subscribe. Come on, guys. We're at 133 at this moment. Right now when we're filming this video. That is so awesome. We are so excited for that.
We're so glad that you guys are on this journey with us.
Mm-hmm.
Like this video and let us know if you like Sushi Go and Sushi Go Party. And we'll see you next time.
See ya.